The White House press conference just finished, and according to Trump, RFK, Dr. Oz, and a few other people in the background, it seems that Tylenol and the big complex versions of the vaccine given to children all at once, really affecting the autoimmune system and the immune response system in children, is causing a sort of receptor issue that is directly tied to autism. Now, what I took away from this, there's a direct correlation between autism and young children taking Tylenol along with pregnant women. There is obviously also a connection with the vaccines. I'm saying vaccines because you use the V word, like I always said, it causes issues. And the main concern with the vaccines is when you take them when they're bundled together. The key message was spread them out, that there's a belief in them and there's a strong data and research behind them that shows they're effective, but spread them out. There's no reason to get them all at once, no reason to attack the immune system all at once. Spread them out. If there's no harm in that, which I totally agree with, then there's no reason to give them all at once. Give the child and their immune system time to grow up and evolve. I mean, that time in life, like when the woman is pregnant and the child is growing and the milk it receives from the mother, that nutrients is like a super anti-bug. It makes the child super strong and the woman super strong and immune. And of course, there's cases where that is not the case, right? There are issues with that. But that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about the outliers. There was some interesting back and forth with reporters. Some of the messaging was that when you look at the Amish communities that don't take Tylenol and all these other medications that we have and don't give them to kids, they have little to absolute none or no cases of autism, which is a very valid point, and it's something that has circulated for a long time. Donald Trump also referred, or at least cited, Cuba not having a lot of cases of autism, and that's because they themselves cannot afford the medication of Tylenol, saying that it's too expensive or they don't want it, but most likely because of the way that economy is, unfortunately, it's too expensive, and they have other methods of dealing with things like fevers. Now, on a personal note, from people that I know in my life, there has been mention that sometimes we abuse medications, right? When children have a fever of 98.9, we give them Tylenol. I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving you suggestions, but it seems a little unnecessary. The important part about all of this, we have correlations of what's happening and the causes of a terrible outcome, which is autism, possibly caused by certain medications that we're giving our youth and our women that are pregnant. So if we can be cautious, if we can openly look at this information, we could possibly save lives and make better lives and quality of life for people. Everybody deserves a fair chance. We, all of us, regardless on what side of the spectrum you are on when it comes to politics, know that corporations, especially medical corporations, have a dirty underbelly with how they lobby and control our politics and our messaging in news. There's a reason a lot of our media companies don't talk negatively about medical companies, and that's because they receive a lot of money. So do your due diligence, agree with me or disagree with me, but you need the information so you can make a good quality choice. Make the choice that's right for you, but absorb the information. That's the only way we can all successfully move forward. Again, the key notes out of this, the really important ones on the data they really have that's conclusive, is do not give Tylenol to children and pregnant women.